My name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So subscribe and click the bell notification to get the latest uploads. So this is chapter 18 of 101 Entrepreneur Mistakes and Lessons based off my book by the same name, 101 Entrepreneur Mistakes and Lessons. So this one is about becoming an idea generating machine. You want to generate up to 5 ideas a day. 5 ideas that you can apply into your business in one way or another. And 5 ideas a day, that gives you around 1,825 business ideas a year. And through the law of averages, that will equate to one pure golden 24-carat opportunity once a year. And when you see this idea and you apply it, that's the other half of the battle, it will change your life. The brain is like a container. This is how you generate ideas and opportunity from thin air. The brain is like a container, and in that container there are marbles, and each marble is like a nugget of your knowledge. And when the more nuggets you've got in your brain, the better. Because when an external input comes into your brain through, you're hearing something, or you see something, or you experience something, it enters your brain and it bounces around. So you hear a comment over here and it bounces around in your brain, and then you can create something from it. So a few weeks ago I saw a 4-leaf clover air freshener in a car park, and as soon as I saw it I had a whole series of ideas that I could turn into money. Admittedly, the idea is low priority, but it's a good example. So when you have more knowledge nuggets in your brain through reading books, through mentors, through experience, when you see something in the world, the more it can bounce off and create ideas for you. What was stopping the driver or the owner of that car from coming to the same conclusion and same ideas that I had when I saw the 4-leaf clover air freshener? In theory, nothing. And what was different between me and that person? In theory, well, anything, but one of them could be the knowledge. You never know. So the more ideas you've got, more knowledge you've got inside your brain, the easier it is for you to create ideas. Now when you start creating ideas, it activates in your brain what's called the reticular activating system, which is a small gland roughly here in the center of the brain, near the back though, which involves your awareness. So you know how on the road, when you see one yellow car, you start seeing loads of yellow cars and all the rest every day. It's not that the cars were not there before, it's just that you're now seeing them. This is exactly what I have with seeing Porsches and Ferraris and Teslas. As soon as you start seeing them, you start to see them everywhere. It's a way of acknowledging that you're noticing resources and means and ways of achieving what you want to achieve. Because they were all there already, but you just didn't acknowledge them, you didn't recognize them, you didn't see it for what it was already. The opportunity was right there in front of you. Right there in front of you, you just never took it. You never saw it, you never recognized it. You never had the awareness to see it. But once you start generating ideas, you can start generating different ways of creating opportunity and creating money from thin air by recognizing more resources, more opportunity. And the way to create ideas is to have more knowledge in your brain, so different things can bounce around in your brain. I was reading a book earlier today, and it was talking about authority and marketing, how to be an authority in people's eye. And one idea that I'd never thought of until I read the book was that you want to have someone write about you, write a biography about you, because that way it's somebody else advocating you to the world, and that has more authority than if you were just blowing your own trumpet. And that idea, that concept, because using a ghostwriter for that, or using a freelance writer for that idea right there, using an external writer, hiring someone to write a book about you or on your behalf, has a lot of potential now. And another particle of knowledge added into the container of my brain that I can use further down the line. So you want to come up with at least 5 ideas a day. What I do with these ideas is I email them to myself, and then when I'm checking my emails later on in the day, I'll put them into a corresponding Word document for future use. And I've got ideas with books to write, videos to create, businesses to start. I've got ideas in the business that I'm about to start to do with hemp, business ideas on YouTube and concepts. So there's this big book that I'm going to be writing soon, my official second one, called Avalanche Effect, which deals with content marketing and inbound marketing. Going to be talking about content creation and identifying your target audience and breaking it down. So I've got loads of ideas and notes for that. So I'll get the idea, I'll email it to myself, and then later on I'll put that into a Word document. Some people use Evernote or things like that, or Google Docs or Dropbox. I don't really... I've never really got into Evernote. I can't be bothered with Google Docs because I want to use it on my phone. Just jot the idea down and send it to myself for later reference. I tried Evernote, never really got into it. Just never really interested in it. I use Dropbox a lot, mainly for backing up stuff. It doesn't matter how you get the. It doesn't matter how you store the idea. You need to write it down because your memory isn't as good as you think it is. Just write something down, and it frees up your processing power in here, the RAM. Random access memory frees up your brain to think up new ideas, think of new things, rather than trying to remember and holding down this luggage until you can release it later on. Just email it to yourself, and forget about it. Sort it out later. Done. Write it down before you forget. That's the idea. In a book, an email, just write it down. Write it down. And now, if this is your first time to the channel, subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So subscribe and hit the bell notification, and you'll see me again soon. How cool is that?